Hello and welcome back to another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and today we're going to be starting off with the Defect run. Yeah, it's going to give us some stuff. Probably going to do a swap. Random Common Relic's pretty nice for Defect. Definitely would not hate getting a data disk to start the run, keeping my zap. But getting 4 energy is super nice. It's possible that if we, well, no. I thought this was damage for gold, but it's gold for damage. We actually did not win in Unspawna. We came close to winning. We had an infinite deck that was reliably infiniting people, but then we died to Time Lord. We had a solution for the heart, but no solution for Time Lord, so we were kind of rolling that dice, and we didn't win. Which was upsetting. But, you know. It felt good enough that I'm comfortable moving on from Silent. I wasn't like dying in Act 1 repeatedly. It was definitely a deck that worked. Let's go ahead and look at the pathing a little bit, just to make sure that's not changing what we want to do. It's kind of a weird path over here. It's like a snake path with a shop that goes to a Mega Elite. We can't fight 3 Elites, is that right? Yeah, it looks like 2's going to be the max here. So we can do 2 and some extra fires if we go through this route. Late shop. 3 fights before the first elite. Sounds about right. Yeah, I think 2 fires is the max we're going to get. We can also get it through this route, but that forces us into an early shop. I'd much rather have a late shop than an early one. So I think we're probably going to start here. And let's see what that swap is. It's a Philosopher's Stone. It's a good outcome. Can be a little bit scary. Scariest in like the birds fight, the like writhing mass fight, snake plant, and then like the heart, obviously. But not too scary in Act 1. We're against Hexaghost, which is definitely the worst Act 1 boss to be giving us strength to. So we're gonna have to get strength or get damage pretty aggressively in Act 1 to deal with that Hexaghost. That's a big hurdle. We gotta get ready for that. All right. I had my sound muted, which is weird. Not sure if you guys could still hear that, but I could not. I guess we're splitting both and blocking, taking 4. We have lethal here. Sweeping Beam is an excellent... These are actually all excellent floor 1 picks. I think any of these are takeable. Compiled Nerve is the most damage by a tiny amount. Cold Snap has the most defensive utility. Sweeping Beam draws cards and wins AoE fights. It's a pretty important AoE fight in Act 1. Sentries can be a big challenge. So Sweeping Beam is definitely the pick against Sentries. I think Cold Snap is the pick against either Gremlin Knob or Lagavulin. Since Cold Snap offers you a defensive resource that neither requires you to play a skill nor scales with dexterity. I think I'm going to pick the Cold Snap. I'm not used to having to make this decision. You'd think that because these are all commons, you'd see this kind of floor 1 reward quite a bit, but you actually don't. Usually you've got like a recycle or something random, right? Rip and Tear. Turbo. Something. It's not like all damage commons. I am definitely tempted by the Sweeping Beam. But like, Cold Snap is pretty good in Sentries too. I mean, if we're doing four Elite fights, I would definitely pick the Cold Snap. I guess the reason to hesitate is we are fighting that Hexaghost, and he's going to be a big challenge, so maybe if we Sweeping Beam, we can draw more damage and kill him a little faster. Let's go for Cold Snap. Jawworm. Here, ruin our day. We get to dodge damage on turn 1. I'll go ahead and dual cast here because I have extra energy. Not normally a huge fan of dual casting over a strike, but if it's unopposed, why not? And we have lethal. Great. Perfect jawworm fight. Not what I was expecting to see, but happy to see it. See, this is a more normal, like, all commons, but like only one of them's an attack sort of pick. I think we will take the sweeping beam now. Feel pretty rewarded for skipping the sweeping beam on floor 1, because we get one anyway. We could take a cool-headed and go super hard into frost orbs. That sounds pretty slow against Hexaghost. Yeah, cool-headed's nice, but it is slow for sure. Alright, I think we're going left because we get an extra fire. Sweeping beam first. Cold snap, defend, blocks damage. I guess we strike. We could use the liquid memories to get lethal that turn, but only get 6 health, so probably not worth it. And setting up for a double strike lethal. We got it. Cool. Alright, we keep getting offered damage commons, which is nice. Is Rebound part of the deck? Rebound does an awful lot of damage. Hey, Meryl. Sauce me the screenshot from our run. You were probably... this is safe, right? You're probably looking for the run summary screen on the stats thing. I did a bunch of silent runs yesterday because I got totally beaten up, like, repeatedly, so... Let's go back to here. I think this is probably the screenshot you're looking for. 31 cards. This was a good one. Brimstone. Delicious. I guess I can gift you a version of this screenshot that doesn't have encoding artifacts, but it seems like you've got what you need. Okay. Alright. Do we pick Hello World here? Are you making a gallery of all your co-op victories? I don't think it's Hello World. I think it's just Rebound again. Cold Snap, Sweeping Beam, Rebound is really strong opening. Sure. Alright, time to see if we got any attacks in these question marks. Upgrade, remove, and transform the Living Wall event. This deck doesn't have much of an identity yet, and we're very strong on damage. So I think we're probably either removing a strike or transforming one. Transforming is more fun, and you could get something crazy, right? We could get like a Bias Cog or Echo Form or something. But you could also get, like, something bad. Recompile. Barrage or something. Can't get much resource on a strike. Transform is fun. I just, like... So normally Transform is, I would say, worse than remove, right? Because normally we're trying to build an Act 4 deck, and your Act 4 deck is better if you just have fewer strikes, right? And you don't really want just random garbage, because then you'll have to remove that too. But here, where we're so concerned about the imminent threat of Hexaghost, maybe Transform is a middle ground, where we can, like, remove a strike, and then also maybe add something that does damage. It's got really high upside. What's the worst? What are the worst cards to transform into here? So let's pop open the Defect cards and take a gander. Ball Lightning would be good. Barrage is bad. Beam Cell's bad. Charge Battery's good. Claw's okay. Cold Snap is great. Compiled Derb is okay. Cool Head's fine. Go for the Eyes is fine. Hologram's good. Leap's okay. Rebound's okay. Recursion's kind of bad. Stack's bad. Steam Barrier's okay. Streamline's great. Sweeping Beam's okay. Turbo's kind of bad. Aggregate's pretty bad. Auto Shields is great. Blizzard's pretty bad. Boot Sequence is good. Bullseye's good. Capacitor's great. Chaos is bad. Chill's okay. Consume's great. Darkness is actually pretty okay. Dark Resistance is fine. Defrag's great. Doom and Gloom's great. Double Energy's bad. Equilibrium's kind of okay. FTL's okay. Force Field's bad. Fusion's bad. GA's amazing. Glacier's amazing. Heatsinks is bad. Hello World is kind of bad. Loop's okay. Melter's pretty good. Overclock is okay. Recycle's bad. Reinforced Body's amazing. Reprogram's terrible. Rip and Tear's amazing. Scrape's fairly bad. Self-Repair's okay. Skim's good. Static Discharge is bad. Storm's good, actually. I think. Yeah, Storm puts us on a path, and I think we like being on that path, so Storm's good. Sunder's great. Tempest is fairly bad. White Noise is great. All for One's great. Amplify is mostly bad. Bioscog's amazing. Buffers, poor. Core Surge is great. Creative AI is okay. Echo Form is great. Electro is amazing. Fusion is okay. Hyper Beam's actually pretty good. I would say Hyper Beam's great, I guess. Machine Learning's fairly poor. Meteor Strike in this situation is pretty bad. Multicast is fairly bad. Rainbow's decent. Reboot's better than a Strike, I guess, so poor. Seek is amazing, and Thunderstrike is poor. Why is Chaos bad? Chaos is bad because you can't build around it, right? So it ends up just being a card that's in your deck, and you're like, what does this do here? And, like, sometimes it does something cool, and then most of the time you're like, sure. I guess Chaos. It's like a... Chaos is like a really shitty Glacier. Like, evokes 2 orbs, but then it also, like, doesn't block by itself, and you can't guarantee that those are Frost Orbs. Well, I talked about it a lot. So the... I guess, like, I could have built a spreadsheet out of it. My sort of, like, my median that I was, like, feeling is, like, Melter, right? Melter is, like, it's a good card. It's way better than Strike. It's not, like, super exciting. I probably wouldn't, like, add it to the deck voluntarily, but if it comes out of a transform, I'm like, okay. So I think I am actually going to go for the transform, because that sounds better than card removing. I don't think I've ever gone for a transform for this. At least not on stream. Scrape is a bad outcome. Okay. Sure. Well, we get a card remove anyway. I think we're pretty interested in using health for alternate purposes here. We're only getting 2 elites. We have a fire between them, so let's use it to get a card remove. With Scrape and 3 damage commons, I think we're pretty comfortable removing a strike. Okay, Lagavulin. Not a bad damage turn. I'd like to get Cold Snap before we wake him up. Oh, we got Scrape. So, alright. Scrape is kind of neat. It kind of sends us in a direction, right? It's like, pick some 0-cost cards, and maybe eventually this will draw a card. It's basically, you know, we upgraded the Strike by 1 damage. It is worse than an upgrade. And worse than a card remove. So we kind of got the worst of all worlds there, but still better than a Strike. I want to play Cold Snap before we wake him up, so let's wait. Rebound, Scrape, Strike is like among my highest damage turns, though. Pretty unlikely to be able to spend 4 energy doing damagey stuff next turn, but it is possible. That looks fairly likely now. 1 in 3. Okay. Didn't quite hit it. I guess that means we're incentivized to upgrade our, like, Zap and Dual Cast now, so that Scrape hits them. We could, like, defend, or we could rebound, defend, Sweeping Beam, defend. Block for 10. Get in 15 damage. Or we can just rebound Sweeping Beam. Defend the Zap. I think I like just getting damage with rebound Sweeping Beam. Alright. Zap versus Strike. I think it's Zap every time. This fight's way too long to Strike over Zap. Alright, Cold Snap is always happening. And then we can Scrape to Shuffle and maybe play Cold Snap again. Oh no, we wouldn't be able to draw a Cold Snap, but I guess we want Sweeping Beam to be in the Shuffle, so Sweeping Beam first. Dual Cast is fairly good here. Maybe we just Dual Cast Defend. We don't really need to jump the Shark on this Shuffle. It is good though, like this is all damage stuff and we want damage next turn. Yeah, I guess I will advance the Shuffle. Rebound Cold Snap seems like a good idea. And I guess we just Sweeping Beam Cold Snap again. Get 6 passive block. Good. Rebound the Zap. That seems pretty good. And I guess we're gonna defend Strike for the last bit. Hoping for lethal this turn. And it looks like we got it. A little close. Tori is our reward. Okay. Get a second Scrape. Really go all in on the Scrape line. Actually, Rebound's pretty good with Scrape. Rebound the 0-cost thing, Scrape to draw it. We don't have any 0-cost things. We have removed quite a few strikes here, so maybe we do take another attack. We're down 2 strikes. So we could take like a Ball Lightning here. If we're going to be running Rebound and Scrape though, maybe we want 2 copies of one of those. Probably Rebound. If we have Rebound and Scrape, are we picking Claws if we see them? It seems like the answer might be yes. I might take the Rebound up edition. And then I think we're resting here at 15. Seems scary. We have taken a ton of damage. So maybe we can kill Gremlin Knob before he attacks twice. But Sentry seems really scary at 15. So I'm gonna rest. I'm trying to remove losing the run as an option. Looter too. It's not free. We could use the Speed Pot here. We get 5 health out of it. And our potions are full. So I think I will. Let's go ahead and rebound the Cold Snap as well for extra damage next turn. And if we rebounded a Cold Snap, I guess we don't play Scrape, so we skip 1 damage. Sorry about the sounds. My wife is making a pear cobbler, is that correct? Tart, pear tart. Alright, dual cast, Cold Snap blocks out this turn. We're going to go ahead and throw the Lightning Orb in front in case we wheel back to it and want to dual cast it for lethal. No, it's not a microwave, it's the oven. Good morning, Shaw T48. Got a reinforced body being offered. Steam Barrier gives us something to draw with our Scrape. They're both ways of paying off deck scaling, which we don't have. Steam Barrier is pretty nice with Tori. Can kind of like massage damage to the sorts of values that end up getting rounded down. But Reinforced Body is a huge card. We also have 4 energy and 2 rebounds, so being able to like rebound the Reinforced Body to block out for 2 turns is pretty insane. So I think I feel pretty good about that. This is a non-choice. But we chose the right one. Got the big chest. Hornclade's great. Okay, and it is Gremlin Knob. I guess I'll rebound and a Cold Snap, because you're allowed to do that. Alright. Guess we rebound the Scrape here. Yeah, it's true. We really have no identity, just a bunch of damage commons. But a bunch of damage commons is a pretty good way to be in Act 1. You don't really have to... You don't have to kill the heart at the end of Act 1, you know? He's at the end of Act 4, so... Got a little bit of time to figure that late game stuff out. Rebound Scrape does the max damage next turn. If we rebound Scrape, then Cold Snap, we do 16, 22 this turn. Probably not lethal next turn. Let's see, if we do 25 and then 3 additional next turn, so it ends up being 28, then he's at 31. I don't think the deck can do 31. We do have 4 energy. We'd have to do 8 damage per energy to get to 32, and we can't do 8 damage. I guess dual cast is actually not far off, but we have a Frost Orb in front, so it's not a realistic possibility. There's Liquid Memories as well. We could Liquid Memories a Rebound right now, and then rebound the Rebound on Scrape. Rebound is our only card that does over 8 damage per energy, so seems like a decent start. So if we do that, then we get a Rebound and a Scrape next turn. That's 16 damage. We do an additional 9 damage this turn, so it's 9, 18, 25, 31 damage this turn. He goes down to 28. We have 16 plus 6 over 2 turns. So he's down to 22. We just have to find 1 strike with that line. I think I like that. I think I like our chances at finding 1 strike. We'll be drawing 3 cards out of this 7-card set, 2 hits. It's not guaranteed, but it is. It's fairly likely. And we do have to rebound now, because it ends up being net 18 damage, right? Because it's the rebound itself plus the rebound that it's rebounding. So our Liquid Memory is now to potentially save 24 health next turn. Or I guess it would be 20 health, because no, it ends up being, what? 23 health, because we block for 4, but we give him 3 strength. Right. So we rebound the Scrape. Okay, there is still a... Oh, crap. I'm going to restart the fight. We have to rebound the Cold Snap. Because Scrape messed up the rebound that was on top of the deck. Okay, so turn 1 was rebound the Cold Snap, and strike. And turn 2 is the Thinker. Alright, so if we want to do the rebound Liquid Memories thing, we should Scrape first. Assuming we don't have to play Scrape twice. Do we have to play Scrape twice? So if we Scrape first, we get rid of 3 of these cards, which takes us down to 4 cards. So if there's a Strike and a Sweeping Beam left, it is actually guaranteed, because we'd be 4 cards, and we'd be drawing 3 out of them, so there's no way we could miss. So let's start with Scrape. Actually, let's do the math, and see if we can start with Scrape, and then if we can, Scrape either guarantees it or makes it not work ever. Okay, so if we Scrape once, he's down to 52. 6 damage from Zap over 2 turns makes him go down to 56. 27 damage from 3 rebounds, 2 this turn, 1 next turn. Why did I do the math this way? Now I'm confused. Okay, 52 minus 6 is 46 minus 27. 46 minus 27 is 19, which Midbros is saying. Midbros is ahead. Okay. I think 19 is a little bit too high, right? Because then we need Cold Snap and 13 more damage, which we can't get, right? Right? So, okay, so 6 plus 7 is 13 plus 27 from the 3 rebounds. 13 plus 27 is 40 plus 6 is 46, so we're off by 13. Yeah, we can't get 13. Unless... No, because Sweeping Beam would draw all these cards. So we can't get it if we don't play Scrape twice. And we can't play Scrape twice? Oh, we can. We just have to... Okay, so if we rebound Scrape and then rebound Cold Snap, does that work? So we end up playing 2 rebounds instead of 3. So it's 18 damage, but then Cold Snap hits twice, so that's 12 damage, so that's 30, plus Scrape twice, so 14 is 44, plus the 6 is 50. We'd have to find 9 damage from the top of the deck, which we can do. It's just these 2. Okay, so we don't have to use the Liquid Memories until we know it's going to work, because we rebound the Scrape, and then Scrape tells us if the deck is right. So let's start with that. Okay, so there is a Strike and a Sweeping Beam in here. So as long as Sweeping Beam isn't specifically the last card, we will get lethal next turn with Liquid Memories, Rebound, Cold Snap, Zap. Right? Because he's at 43 now. We're always playing Zap. Well, we're not. Hold on. If we Rebound, Cold Snap, we do another 9 plus 6 is 15 damage this turn, so he goes down to 28. Zap does 6 damage to him. He's at 22. We do 22 damage with 4 attacks. Cold Snap, Strike, Sweeping Beam's 18, 25 total. Yeah. So yeah, we can still miss, but it requires Sweeping Beam to be the bottom card. Okay. That is not true, Sir Animal. We already have a Frost Orb in front. Hey, Sir Hasp, thanks for the raid. Welcome to all of Sir Hasp's raiders. We missed. Oh my god, it is the last card. What the hell, Sweeping Beam? I thought we were friends. Oh my god, Sir Artemal was right. We get to evoke the Frost Orb. We're gonna restart and do Sir Artemal's way. I totally forgot. Okay, all right. Sorry about the restart here. So we're gonna rebound the Cold Snap, and then Strike. 9,000 IQ. Wow. Sir Artemal has the IQ of 90 normal people. Okay, so we started by rebounding the Scrape. Alright, and then we look at the thing, we figure out the stuff that we were supposed to figure out before. We play Zap first. And then we Liquid Memories back the rebound the Cold Snap, press enter, and there's no way to miss now. Because we either have to miss both Cold Snap and Dual Cast or Sweeping Beam, which is what we do in reality, miss. Okay. Were you rating, were you playing Slay the Spire today, Sir Hasp? I haven't been to your stream before, I haven't seen you in chat. How was your runs go? Okay. And we were not cheating there, right? Because we were supposed to play it in a way that had more outs, and that out did end up being correct. But Sir Artemal did see it. He did call it. Got to the heart a couple of times and died. It's too bad. Getting to the heart is a victory in itself, though. If you're getting to the heart, that's a win in my book. If you get to Act 4, Slay the Spire calls that a win. Charge battery, maybe. This is our third offer of a rebound. We could take a third rebound. Died from a heart attack. It's like Hades, where you win the game and the game's like, yeah, but you also died. Sorry for Hades spoilers. It's true. You don't have to go to Act 4 at all. I do like to go to Act 4. It's fun. Hey, Stixu. Thanks for the subscription. Appreciate it. Thanks for loafing around. Always enjoyed having your voice in chat. I'm pretty sure we're no on a third rebound. Third rebound is like a special kind of insanity. So that one's out. Nothing in the deck says Amplify. But Amplify can be good sometimes. Is it ever good with like 2 rebounds? I don't think so. You can't rebound powers, and I don't know why you would want to rebound and Amplify. You've heard of me, but never managed to catch or raid a stream yet. Well, welcome. I guess my reputation precedes me. That's an unusual feeling. So I guess really the question here is charge battery or skip. It's true. Amplify does have some like Amplify has an extremely high ceiling, right? Like if you're like playing Amplify Echo Form at any point during the run, you're probably winning, right? Like there's nothing like we don't have any powers, so like our ability to get silly from here is like not super consequential probably. Also, it's not like we have like a mummified hand or anything. If we had a mummified hand, I would pick the Amplify 100%. That's just not the situation. We did pick up a mob bank, which I've failed to analyze sufficiently. We were planning on going to this shop next floor, but we might not do that now. I would hate to skip a shop and a fire, but like getting mob bank value is fairly significant, and we still get value out of going to hallway fights, right? That's card rewards. Also, we're at 36, so if we went a little lower, if we went down to like 23, that'd be kind of that's my ideal Hexaghost number. Current only defensive tool is Reinforced Body and Cold Snap. If you want to count Cold Snap, I don't know, you can or you can't. Up to you. So Charge Battery would be joining kind of a thin team there. Helps us shore that up. I never had sad to have a Charge Battery in the deck, to be honest. It doesn't scale great, so it's like, once you're in Act 4, you're kind of like, oh yeah, I've still got a Charge Battery. Like, I can use this to block some of the beat damage I'm taking this turn, but still, like, it basically costs 0, right? Because it curries your energy for next turn. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying about Amplify. It's like we don't have the context necessary for taking Amplify. I think I'm gonna grab a Charge Battery. Do we go to the store? What upgrade are we looking for at those fires? Reinforced Body? Zap and Dual Cast? I mean, we have a Scrape, so Zap and Dual Cast are not nothing. We like rebound the Zap and then scrape it. Yeah, I think we're just not that excited about the fire, so I think I'm gonna skip it and do 4 hard pool fights. Yikes! It's also unescapable, so if we like take 10 damage for the in the first hallway fight, we are in big trouble. Beta art for Charge Battery. What is it? Charge! All right, that's a good one. This feels irresponsible, but I think I'm gonna do it. Let's get strong. We can rebound Zap and Dual Cast. That's quite a bit of damage. Probably want to play a Defend or 2. Let's play 2 Defends. let's start from there. Are we rebounding either Defend? No, we've got Horn Cleat next turn. So do we rebound the Zap or nothing? because we're definitely not playing dual cast over zap. I guess we could defend zap dual cast, but playing dual cast over rebound seems very silly because it does 16 damage and rebound does 12 this turn, catches up next turn. I don't really want to play zap next turn though, so I think we're just going to rebound nothing. Okay. Oh yeah, Tori. So we took 1 from that. Pretty outstanding. Scrape is guaranteed not to draw, but I think we need to do the damage. Charge! And reinforce body for fun. Locking for 35 in Act 1. On the wrong turn, though. Can we ever get lethal here? 16. Yes, we have guaranteed lethal. Great. Okay. 1 damage to Red Slaver. Seems good. Heat sinks. Now that's what we should have picked the Amplify. See, if they're gonna be getting heat sinks next floor, I don't know. Streamline can cost 0, so that can help. Actually, I think Streamline's a take here. Streamline with 2 rebounds and a scrape. You can get that down to 0 pretty quickly. Too bad you can't see the future. I just need that Frozen Eye for card rewards. Can you imagine if there was a Frozen Eye that told you what you were going to get for, like, card rewards and events and stuff? You would just, like, if you got it from Niao, you'd be like, alright, it's time to think. Settle in, children. We're going to look at this map for a while. I want to pick the Streamline, but the problem is I have so many damage cards, like Cold Snap, Sweeping Beam, 2 rebounds, a scrape. Like, picking another damage card is just, like, it's a lot. But I have to do it, right? We have 2 rebounds and a scrape. It's just too good. Slay the spreadsheet. Is Shaw 248 from the future? I wouldn't be tremendously surprised. He's like a very intelligent gentleman. Day 5 of the silent playthrough. Alright, so we know we're going to take exactly 3 damage from this future floor, so we're going to be at 27. Alright, let's move on to the snake plant fight. 2048 is my birth year. Ah, I see. I assumed it was a convenient power of 2, but no. We're going to play Charge Batter this turn. Do we want to rebound it? Seems like rebounding one of our best block cards is a sensible choice. Okay. We can Streamline him to death, and then, like, kill him next turn. We can kill him now. How about that? Get that 0-cost Streamline in there. Oh, man, a second heat sinks. Oh, my God. Whew. Whew. Man, if we took that Amplify double heat sinks plus, draw your whole deck, play all of the Storm. Okay. What about Hologram? Is Hologram pickable here? Yeah, it seems like it probably is a Hologram pick. Could use an extra defensive tool. Shah is going to conveniently not watch the end of this run, so he doesn't know if I win, so that he doesn't have to create a paradox by answering that question in chat and ends mana. We have to preserve the integrity of the timeline, clearly. Wait, does that mean that... That would mean that Shah is watching this currently for the 2nd time, which would be very odd. If someone is watching one of my streams for the 2nd time, I would assume that it was a very good one. Which would cause me to make different decisions, which would probably make it not as good a one anymore. Paradox! I think this is a hologram pick, sure. Because Streamline, right? Dude... Redbeard, you have no idea. We were offered a heatsink last floor, and we were offered an what's it called? Amplify the floor before that. So we could have had like Amplify plus, double heatsinks plus, and just like stormed the crap out of people. Would have been great. But we're not living in the right universe, unfortunately. So if we take hologram, it needs an upgrade really bad. Are we upgrading it here? I don't know. What's Streamline's beta art? What? Is that what it's supposed to be? It's a streak of me? Huh. I like that less now. I kind of just liked it as a line. Okay. I guess equilibrium could be a pick here, too. Because we could equilibrium and then set up rebound things. Yeah, to be honest, I have no idea what I thought this art represented. If we're being really honest with ourselves, it's just the letter S, and that's the first letter of the name. So the streamlines. It's the card name, but it's written huge, so the text goes way over here. It's off the card. There's a T, starts right there. Streamline. Uh-oh, your PC's blue screening. Has it been blue screening during your streams? That's just embarrassing. Oh man, that's very disappointing. Where he killed himself with blasphemy just for beating the heart. Yikes. I don't know, man. I don't think we need either of these. We've got some pretty strong defensive tools. Reinforced body, charge battery. And both of these are like block cards nominally. They like kind of set up combos, but they're mostly just block cards. If we have like an all for one or a madness or something, then I'd be like, okay, let's pick hologram and do some combo stuff, but we don't have any of those. So we'd just be setting up streamline combos, which is like pretty weak for like Act 3 stuff. So I think we'll probably like base our Act 3 plan around like our rare card reward from here. I don't think it's appropriate to pick a hologram yet. Some deck junk. Do we have a better card to upgrade, though? Yeah, we've got some actually pretty good upgrades. Zap and Dual Cast are pretty important with the rebound scrape situation. So I think I feel pretty good skipping here. Okay. A couple of louses are up to no good. We can just block them. If we Cold Snap Reinforced Body, we take 1. Okay, let's do that. I'm gonna fit a charge battery in there too, because it blocks for the same as Reinforced Body, but gives me energy next turn. Streamline murders him. Strike kills him. We can rebound the Streamline too. I guess I'll rebound on you so that the Streamline is lethal next turn. Okay. Alright. Loop, Blizzard, Doom and Gloom. What? They heard me saying I don't have a plan, so they're like, here's some plans. You wanna do some weird shit? Here you go, kid. Loop is pretty much always good, yeah. If we're doing like any focus scaling, then loop is good. We have a Frost Orb, but that's really the only indication we have that we're doing focus scaling. Also, we're playing Defect, so usually gonna want to do some focus scaling. Definitely not depending on any focus scaling so far, just depending on card draw and, I don't know, time for scaling. I guess Loop's got a really good upgrade, so we can just upgrade it here. It's true, Loop is not good in a reprogram Hyper Beam deck, but is there a reprogram Hyper Beam deck? That's really the question. I've never killed the heart with a reprogram deck. Maybe it's possible. It seems very difficult to transition into. I guess, speaking of which, 2 rebounds is no joke with a reprogram. If we got a reprogram, I'm not sure it wouldn't be what we're doing. It's probably not right. Maybe if reprogram plus made it cost 0, then we could like rebound, scrape, and reprogram. Seems horrible. Even just saying it out loud with a hypothetical upgrade seems like it would be really bad. Loop is pretty weak in current deck, though. But I guess I'll grab it. It's not like it's going to be a bad card later. It'll be good. We'll do something. Big old acid slime. Go, Loop, go. Tori has saved like 6 health this run so far. We have Rebound Streamline. That does 24 damage, not enough to split him. Looks like we're setting up for a split next turn. Strike does 6. That puts him to, whatchamacallit, 38. Zap would put him to 35, which still doesn't split. So Strike Zap sets up for a really split next turn. Because the Loop will make the Zap go twice. It does force us into it, but whatever. Okay. Okay, wreck, nerd. Hey, YTI. This is a focus pot. That's kind of focus scaling. We took a 3rd rebound, the 4th one we've been offered in the run. It's probably a no. I don't think we need a melter either. Got a lot of damage. I think we're just good here. Leap, I think, is worse than Skip. We've got Reinforced Body, Charge Battery, and Cold Snap holding it down. Let's take Melter. I feel bad for it. It's good against baseball, clearly. Why do I not have beta art on for Melter? Melter's got some amazing beta art. I respect Melter. It does 10 damage. I'll take Melter on floor 1 like 90% of the time. It's just it's not floor 1 anymore. Alright, let's upgrade that Loop. 33 is a little bit awkward for Hexaghost, but what you gonna do? I mean, Sir Artemo, it's certainly, it has a use against Act 4 elites, but like, is it good against Act 4 elites? I don't know. Like, they have armor, but I'm not sure that makes it good. Probably going to use both potions here. I'm still afraid of Hexaghost, despite taking all this damage. Strength Hexaghost is no joke. So I think I'm just going to pop at least this potion. And rebound that Cold Snap. I could have rebounded the dual cast and then played Cold Snap. That's technically more block for next turn. Snecko plant? Oh, you mean snake plant? Yeah, yeah. I thought you meant Snecko. And then I wasn't sure what the word plant was doing. Okay, so he's hitting for, what is it? 24. We are currently blocking for 16. A little bit more with the Cold Snap. Probably going to drink the Focus Pot and Cold Snap to block out. Let's see what Sweeping Beam wants to do first. Okay, Sweeping Beam says go for it. Loop should get down. We're taking 2 damage right now, so I'll just go ahead and strike. Oh, that's right, 1 damage. Get another Tory proc. Okay. Streamline with no rebound is too bad. But that's okay. We've got some time here. How do you guys remember all the monster names? Repeated exposure. Hey, look at that. We can rebound the streamline and then scrape it and actually draw it. Okay. Sometimes a plan just comes together Alright, so we were very worried about Hexaghost, and it seems that we may have over-prepared for this fight. Maybe not, though. Maybe he comes back somehow. He's not coming back. If we zap, then we have a lightning orb in front for the 9x2 attack. Maybe this is the sound of me getting overconfident and dying. But I would like to get extra damage. I think I'm gonna save the frost orb in front. No zap. I have a tattoo of all the monsters that killed me. Whew, I had a lot of tattoos. That's yeah, see, we needed the block for... It's 10x2. That's a lot. We will put the lightning orb in front now that that attack is over. I guess we didn't need the block. Could have survived it without it. Well, that was fast. Okay. Right. Thunderstrike, Meteor Strike, and Amplify. Gosh, we could have had 2 Amplifies, 2 Heat Sinks. No Storms yet, so maybe we would have been dead already, but... that would be fun. Meteor Strike's an option here if we want to pray to Snecko. We're not, like, way off of being able to play Meteor Strike. If we just pick Meteor Strike and then get an Energy Relic, it's playable. We also have a Charge Battery. Thunderstrike is sort of an also-ran here. I'm pretty sure we're never picking that. I guess the dream is we upgrade Zap and then we, like, rebound Zap, Scrape, and... I don't know. It's never happening. I'm going to take a quick break, be right back. Probably picking the Meteor Strike when we come back. We definitely can have an infinite with meteor. Um, Either with meteor and Snecko, we can have a sort of a probabilistic infinite. Or as Sir Adam was saying, if we have anything that costs 0 and draws a card, so Meteor Strike costs net -1, right? So it costs 5, but then it gives you 6 energy back because the 3 plasmas presumably get evoked on the same turn. So if you can, for 1 energy, redraw your Meteor Strike. So if you have like 2 copies of Cool Headed, for example, Meteor Strike and 2 copies of Cool Headed is an infinite. That does presume you're able to draw your whole deck, but there are a variety of ways to get a Meteor Strike loop. You need 2 copies of Cool Headed because you need one of them to redraw the other one. If that makes sense. Rebound and Scrape can't do anything without Madness. But with Madness, they definitely can. I think this is probably a deck that takes Madness, given the Scrape. So we'll see. We will see. Well. Yeah, sure, Deep Breath. Anything that costs 0 and draws at least 1 card is an option. There's lots of them. Cool Head, I would say, is the best one. You don't need it to draw 2 cards, just one. I mean, you need one of the 2 cards to draw 2 cards. Cool Head is usually the best option because it makes the loop block positive as well. Scrape could actually be part of the combo. We could use Scrape to redraw the 0-cost card draw thing. So if it's like Meteor, 0-cost card draw, Scrape to redraw the card draw. I guess that doesn't work unless the card draw does 2, but it does work if the card draw does 2. So Deep Breath, Scrape Plus, and Meteor Strike is an infinite, which is weird. So you need right. So it's a 3-card combo, and you need one of the cards to be Meteor Strike, one of the cards to draw at least 1 card, and one of the cards to draw 2 cards. I think we're taking Cursed Key here. Nuclear Battery's fine. It does kind of... Nuclear Battery decks can fizzle out, though, and I want that Meteor Strike to be castable as much as possible. And I don't want to lose the... No, you can set it up so that the Meteor Strike is ineligible to be drawn by the card that draws 1 card. I mean, it depends on what the card is, but it is sufficient to have a card that draws 1 and a card that draws 2. Like, it's a 3-card combo, so it needs to be card draw neutral, so you need to have 3 cards that also draw 3 cards. Is, I think, the most clear way of thinking about it. If you had 1 card that draws 3, that would work too. Potentially. No, actually, that's very unlikely to work. If you have a card that causes an effect that draws 3, that would work. But the cards that draw 3 can't draw themselves, so that wouldn't work. But if there's some other effect going on, then maybe. If like somehow you can make copies of what's that card called that like creates powers? If you can create copies of that, and then you got heat sinks. Maybe you could make that work. I don't know how you would make the copies of it, but, you know, weird stuff. White noise, yeah. Unceasing Top combos are terrible in Inspanna. You shouldn't rely on Unceasing Top. I mean, yes, there definitely are combos with Unceasing Top, but like just Meteor Strike is a combo with Unceasing Top. If you had a 1-card deck and that 1 card is Meteor Strike, you infinite turn 1 every time. But like, come on, you're not gonna get there. The downside of Curse Key is we are talking about infinite loops, and Curse Key will want to add cards to the deck. The downside of Bust Crown is we'd probably lose the run, because we don't have all the stuff we need yet. I mean, we kind of do have all the stuff we need, because we have a Meteor Strike, and like a Reinforced Body. We're like pretty close. So if we find like a Cool-Headed... There's a lot of like shop things that do it too. Meteor Strike Sweeping Beam is actually pretty close too. Meteor Strike Sweeping Beam and Cool Head Plus is a loop. I think? Wait, is that true? It's not, right? Because it costs too much. It costs 7. But wait, but just Meteor Strike and 2 Sweeping Beams should be a loop, right? Because you have Meteor Strike, Sweeping Beam, Meteor Strike, Sweeping Beam. No, that doesn't work. Sorry. But wait, but Meteor Strike, Sweeping Beam, and Cool-Headed is a loop, because you can Meteor Strike, Sweeping Beam to get the Meteor Strike back, and then Meteor Strike, and then Cool-Headed, which gets you back Meteor Strike and Sweeping Beam. Well, but no, because then Cool-Headed is in the discard, so then Meteor Strike, Sweeping Beam can break. Okay. Alright, lots of complicated things. Okay. It is energy neutral, because Meteor Strike is... If you're playing Meteor Strike twice in the loop, then you can afford 2 energy. Plasma Thing could be great. It's possible Plasma Thing is the correct option here. Because we do need some cards to get the loop going. So we can't really pick Busted Crown. And it's hard to pick Cursed Key, because we're going to have to pretty much skip every chest for the rest of the run, I think. If we pick Cursed Key. Because we need to thin down the deck if we want to do loops. This doesn't really look like a great deck for doing loops. Maybe we should abandon this plan. Because, like, how do we get there? We only exhaust 1 card. I guess 2 cards. So we're like a 17-card deck currently. So we'd have to remove 7 cards. And somehow draw 10 in a turn, which we currently have no plan for doing. So I don't think doing loops is probably what's happening. Unless the loop involves rebounds somehow. And then maybe. I don't know, the loop could involve rebound, right? If there's madness stuff, I guess if there's madness, all for one, and hologram, then we don't need the meteor strike or the rebound, right? But we could make that happen. My father asks, would it be possible to properly balance a card along the lines of each non-curse and non-status card becomes a copy of a card in your deck? Interesting. Yeah, and so I think my primary problem with that card, Mafatha, is not the balance, but the UI. Because it's, how do you pick the card in your deck? So do you, like, pick a card from your hand that it becomes a copy of? Like, how does that work? I guess you play the card and then your deck UI opens, kind of like how hologram does. It's like Seek, but... So I guess that could work. So what's the most, like, busted card? I mean, it seems pretty busted, right? If you just pick, like, Finesse or something, right? Like, you just infinite immediately every time. So cards that have, like, fairly easy to find combos. I am not dropping frames. I think that's on your end, Anspana. We've dropped 13 frames total, which I suppose you could characterize as dropping frames because it's plural, but it's 0.0% of the total frames. I think it's probably not possible to balance that card, Mafatha. Because it has such binary behavior, where it's either, like, instantly a combo or, like, impossible to play, and that's inherently unbalanced. So you could make it unbalanced in 2 directions, such that it, like, doesn't impact Defect's win percent that much, probably, and, like, maybe for some definitions of balance that works, but, like, cards that are that polarizing are not healthy for the game, so I would call them unbalanced from sort of a different angle. They're just, like, it's outside of the power band of what's fun in this rule set. Yeah, if it was a random card, that definitely would be less impactful. I think there's ways to do that, right? You could make a card that says, like, when you play this, transform a random card in your deck into a copy of this. And that would have the same kind of fun, like, viral copying effect. And maybe you could even make it so that card is, like, block for 1, deal 1 damage, draw 1 card, make a copy of a card in your deck into this, and just, like, Just see if you can get it online in time. Sort of like a 1-card infinite combo. But it's probably too good. Maybe if it costs 1, and then it's like you could spend all the energy you want making copies of this thing, but like it doesn't actually. It's pretty low impact. Yeah, I kind of like that. 1 mana or 1 energy, block for 1, deal 1 damage, draw a card, convert a copy of a card in your deck into a copy of this. That'd be fun. Okay, let's pick the nuclear battery. I think nuclear battery makes us nominally a 5 energy deck. We don't have a ton of orb generation, so it's probably 5 energy until we get 2 meteor strike. We also have a loop, which makes having a plasma orb in front like pretty nuts. Makes meteor strike very easy to play, and then like reinforced body blocks for 1,000,000 suddenly. I'm not too worried about like going down to 4 energy and then dying because we can't play meteor strike at this point. It could be a concern later, but we might have an opportunity to pick like another energy relic in this run. So I'm gonna pick nuclear battery for now because the downsides of these are like very significant. All cards in your hand, maybe. Yeah, charge battery can make it castable from 4. That's true. Are we trying to go to this shop, or are we trying to soak even more value out of this mob bank? We've gotten quite a bit out of it already. But we could get more. We could go to this shop instead. Bites are, I think, bad. We've got only 2 strikes left, so bites would add a lot of cards to the deck. This deck needs a lot of card draw now. If we rebound the meteor strike and then like cool-headed to draw it, we can play it again, right? It's not an infinite, but it's still 2 meteor strikes in a turn. So like cool-headed would be pretty good. Or like sweeping beam does that too. I guess we can't play it again though, right? Because unless it had a bunch of plasma orbs already. So like we can maybe if we like play a loop, we can like rebound the meteor strike, and then the next turn the loop gives us 7 energy. Or wait, no, it's actually way more than that. So we start at 4, then we have 3 orb slots with plasmas. So we go up to 7, and then loop gives us 2 more, so we have 9 energy on that next meteor strike turn. So we can like meteor strike and then like, or we could rebound meteor strike and then sweep and meteor strike, which would be pretty sick. I was trying to think about question marks, but I totally distracted myself by how cool meteor strike is. I think we're ready to go to a shop. I think we want to go to both shops. We have 500 money, so going to both and removing 2 cards sounds pretty good. We also get 2 elites, a couple extra fires, bunch of question marks, particularly late question marks. 4 early fights is a bit much, but we have a fire after that, so that should be okay. Is there a way to get 3 elites here? There is not. Okay, yeah, I think I like left. We've gotten enough out of mobbing. Okay. Let's sweep the beam to see if we can draw a rebound for the streamline, but we can't. Scrape can't get anything cool, but it gets us closer to a shuffle, which is good because of the dazes. We did just lose Meteor Strike. Oh well. Alright. I think Loop is still playable. Loop Reinforced Body is going to be huge next turn. I'm not going to play the Zap. I don't want the daze. We can rebound, Reinforced Body. Or rebound Cold Snap, rebound, Reinforced Body. I think I like rebound, Reinforced Body, because then we can Reinforce Body next turn and the turn after that. Okay. As described. So now we can rebound Meteor Strike and then Reinforced Body. Do we have enough energy for that? So this costs 6 but gains me 2. So we end up at Reinforced Bodying for 3, which blocks for 21. I'm taking 9. We don't get lethal. This only does 24. I guess we could just Meteor Strike and then Reinforced Body. Meteor Strike costs net 3 here. So we'd Reinforced Body for 4. Take 2. Yeah, it seems like we're probably getting lethal next turn with that line. Nope. Oh my gosh, we didn't even get lethal this turn. What a disaster. I guess we should have rebounded the Meteor Strike. Yikes. Well, I thought we had lots of damage, but it was hiding in the bottom of the deck here. Well, that was a disaster. Reinforced Body seems great since this is a 9 energy deck sometimes. Overclock seems amazing. Are there loops with Overclock? No, there are not. Hey, Guitar. I guess Overclock has loops if we, like, pick up a shard and get, like, Second Wind and, like, Evolve from Ironclad. I'll take a second Reinforced Body, though. Seems good. We can mirror the Meteor. Ice Cream seems suspiciously good here. Recursion's not crazy. Why are guitar strings so expensive? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they have to be made very precisely, right? But they have, like, machines that presumably spit out, like, 1,000,000 miles of them an hour, right? I guess those machines have to be maintained. Is it defrag? Why would we take defrag? Like, what does defrag do in the deck? It, like, hits this cold frost orb and this lightning orb, and that's it. We have a loop, but, like, doesn't seem like that's what the deck wants to do. There is a deep breath here, too. We could deep breath and just card remove. I'm pretty sure deep breath, sweeping beam, meteor strike is a loop. But we'd need like a recycle or something to get there, because there's no way we can do enough card removes. Let's see. Dolly's Mirror could hit the loop. We could just try and pivot really hard. We could Dolly's Mirror the loop and pick up a defrag. I think that only survives if we get like a Glacier on the next floor or something. Yeah, I think we just need to lean into the Meteor Strike. Deep Breath also gives the Scrape another out. Scrape can draw. Deep Breath. Dolly's Mirror increases the size of the deck. We could hit Meteor Strike with it. Deck is currently 19 cards, 18 cards, because Loop and Ascender's Bane go away. That's a lot of cards. I think we do pick Mirror just because Meteor Strike is the best card in the deck by so far. I don't know exactly what the... like how we make the Deep Breath thing happen with 2 Meteor Strikes, but... I think Deep Breath is just good enough to pick on its own. I think we saved the rest of the energy, or the rest of the money. I mean, Marbles was fun, but... I don't think we need it. Yeah, Ice Cream, maybe we're supposed to pick Ice Cream instead. Ice Cream's pretty busted in Defect. Hold on, let me restart this shop. So if we picked Ice Cream, what are we doing? We're like playing Reinforced Body every turn? We have like Rebound... no, Reinforced Body ruins Ice Cream, right? It uses all the energy. Yeah, we can't do anything fun with Ice Cream. Okay, alright, I'm gonna go back to the original line. And save the rest of the money. I don't think that works. FPL Panic. Because, like, our like, main source of block is these Reinforced Bodies, so, like, we can't just wait. Potion seems pretty good. Yeah, Power Potion is really good on Defect, because we can get, like, buffer. I'll buy one. We're definitely, like, in danger here, so... saving money is not a really good option. Do love to see Meteor Strike. I think we dual cast first. Because we can't... well, I guess we can dual cast after, huh? So we either end up with... we go up to... so it costs 1 but gains us 4. So it's +3, so we go up to 8. And then with Meteor Strike, go down to 3 Reinforced Body, get 21 block, and take 3. Which ends up being 1. Or we Meteor Strike, then dual cast. So we end up with 2 energy after the dual cast. This is +3. Yeah, let's dual cast now. It's less energy, but we don't need the energy, so... because it would only save us 1 health. Okay. Alright. We're blocking for 14 currently. We need to block for at least 5 more. Charge Battery does that. Let's Sweeping Beam and look for the other Meteor Strike. Okay, we didn't get it. Cold Snap gets a bunch of energy and blocks a little bit. I'll go ahead and rebound that to get extra damage next turn. Possibly extra energy next turn too. And we've blocked out again. Take 1. Well, we can rebound the Meteor Strike. Rebound kills him perfectly, that seems nice. Meteor Strike kills him over 2 turns. So we have guaranteed lethal next turn. Seems good. Oh wait, it's not guaranteed. Oh, it is. It's 24 exactly. Neat. Okay. Turns out 2 Meteor Strikes is pretty good. There's the double energy. Oh man, that Ice Cream. Think about what could have been. Is double energy just good in this deck? Turbo gives another out for Scrape. So does double energy though. Let me upgrade it. Doesn't seem like we need it, because we can already cast Meteor Strike and get up to 9 energy. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, eventually we'll find a way to spend this energy, right? We'll find like a bunch of card draw. But this isn't it, so... Okay. I think we need to kill Cultist first. Is this a power pot? Let's see, what would power pot do? Electrodynamics? No. We can rebound Meteor Strike, Sweeping Beam Meteor Strike. Seems great. And then I guess just like Deep Breath? No, we don't want to play Deep Breath, right? Because it's it does put the 2 Meteor Sharks back in, but it put the daze in too. I guess it's only 1 daze. Okay, I'll take 1 daze. Haha, Streamline, cool. Give me 2 Meteor Strikes. Darn. I don't really want to rebound anything, because I just want to draw a Meteor Strike and win. The Scrape is quite destructive? What do you mean? Like, it does a lot of damage? So the D&D Slay the Spire one-shot is, I'm going to do a one-shot, once 4 people join, I'm going to do a one-shot. So you would play D&D with me, and, currently, Onson and Baron Von Cool would be playing. Thanks for the follow, Glad Pixie. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. Yeah, it should be fun. I don't want to die. Yeah, I think we have to potion for buffer. I guess Distill Chaos can be lethal here as well. Distill Chaos, even just hitting Reinforced Body, blocks out. So let's do the little potion first. See what that hits. We got him with a Meteor Strike. I think that kills him, right? Yep. Sweet. Regen pot. Get hyped. Second Streamline seems really unnecessary. Yeah, I think we're skipping all these. Okay. Alright, just have to survive 1 more fight. Of course, it's a snake plant. Let's go ahead and chug that regen pot. I think we're going to need it. Zap or no zap? Doesn't do any damage this turn, might do damage next turn. I think I'll just take the energy next turn. I think that's better. Oh lord, he coming. 9 times 3. That's a lot of snake plant. Charged by a reinforced body obviously blocks out. You can just go ahead and rebound the reinforced body too. $54. Got ourselves a Meteor Strike here. Let's go ahead and dual cast first so that we have full Plasma Orbs next turn. Looks like we have plenty of energy, so we can just go ahead and do some little bonus stuff. Alright, he's debuffing again. We can scrape for shuffle. It actually guaranteed gets us a deep breath, too. What happens if you rebound the deep breath? I think you shuffle, draw a card, and then put deep breath on top. Let's test my understanding. Oh, Meteor Strike. Alright. Consume Storm FTL. These look like cards for a very different deck. Um, I don't think we take any of these. If we'd taken that amplify and those heat sinks, maybe we would have gotten to the storm. I think we would have died already, but maybe we would have made it. There was a defrag. No glaciers or anything though, so I think we would have died. Is FTL a pick? Gives scraping out. No, I don't think so. I think we're skipping these. Okay. Alright, we made it to the campsite. I think we rest. Did I leave any regen on the table in that fight? I think I got it all, but maybe not. I wasn't really paying attention at the end. Meteor Strike leaves us with 2 energy. Probably for, like, Sweeping Beam and Loop or something. Let's see what Sweeping Beam wants to do. Dual Cast would be great here. Loop or Scrape. Let's see what the power pod is, because we definitely need it this fight. I guess Creative AI? Well, we're going to have lots of energy next turn for Creative AI stuff if we want it. Scrape into Deep Breath does nothing. Yeah, I think we just play Loop. Heat sinks. Being taunted. Do you find that Creative AI craps up your deck with bad cards? Not when we have 9 energy. We're gonna play all the powers we see. It is occasionally a problem that Creative AI will junk up your deck, but usually not an issue. It can be an issue, but. Alright, we're vulnerable now. I'm not sure we want to play Capacitor. Sounds like potentially an extremely bad idea. Crap, we have Meteor Strike next turn, but we're getting netted right now. We're always going to rebound the Reinforced Body, but do we play Capacitor or do we skip it? I guess Capacitor draws us a card, which could be Meteor Strike right now. Which is the only way that we don't get blocked from playing Meteor Strike next turn. Oh my god. We can rebound it too. Wait, is this wise? Because if we rebound the Meteor Strike, we actually only get 2 energy back, right? Because we do 3 orbs, so we evoke 1. So this costs 6, we go up to 3, and then we reinforce body for 21. They hit us for 28, and we take 6. Oh wait, no, we take 1 because of a Frost Orb. Okay, I'll take 1. No, we can't. Well, I guess we could zap to get extra energy, that's fair. We put the Frost Orb in front, though. And it's only saving 1 health at this point. Tori. Okay. Well, now we're off to the races, right? With Rebound Meteor Strike. And by off to the races, I mean dead this turn. Try me something good. Not good enough. Oh, crap. Wait. Oh, damn it. There was a line there. I needed to play the... If I played the power, I redrew Meteor Strike, and I could use Meteor Strike to kill him. Shit. I think I'd probably still lose the fight, but there was like a pretty clear line to not losing that turn, I think. Damn it. Oh well, I think we were probably dying. We were a little bit desperate there for, like, how do we make these meteor strikes work? So it didn't quite get that one to work.